Force. So sit back and watch them go.
Figure Force is the codename of 4 daring, middle-aged, highly obsessed toy vloggers. Its purpose: to bring toy reviews and nostalgia to YouTube and Instagram, video sharing websites that allow users to upload, view, share and comment. Hi, I'm Rudy Zissou, but what's my favourite gimmick? Robot sharks with legs? Nah, that's not a gimmick, that's just something I like. Insane amounts of translucent plastic? Yeah. But no. Although I do like a lot of translucent plastic on my figures. I know. The Ger Walk. The craziest but coolest mode of them all. But then again, no. So what is my favourite gimmick of them all? That would be glow in the dark. So, whilst out toy hunting, I stumbled across this. A Masters of the Universe transforming He-Man from Super 7. Obviously inspired by the 80s Mattel toys. And I was looking at it and I looked at the card back, and I was just like, that looks different to the release of my Hordak. Why is that different? Oh my god, that glows in the dark. And I was just like, I've got to have this. I can't not have this. I absolutely love glow in the dark. It is my favourite gimmick when it comes to toys, and it has been since I was like 4 years old. I've loved it on toys, posters, t-shirts, stickers, trading cards. I remember having a Hot Wheels stunt car, race car track that glowed in the dark, and I absolutely adored it. And I had various toys, action figures that had a little bit of glow in the dark with them. It was just a prominent feature along with holograms in the 80s, and it's a lost art. You do not get that much glow in the dark toys nowadays, so I had to jump at the chance to get it. You know, I didn't go out looking for Masters of the Universe figures. It wasn't really on my mind. I kind of didn't go out with any intention of certain toy lines I wanted to pick up. You know, I went with a free mind. I guess that way you don't get disappointed that you don't find the thing you're after, and you come home with something absolutely incredible. After picking up this book last year, I've not put it down, and my interest in Masters of the Universe and He-Man is just exponentially grown and grown. I loved it as a kid, but it was just really the cartoon and a couple of comics and colouring books. I had no idea of the real deep lore that has gone into He-Man over the years and years. And when I think about it, I've got a He-Man already in my collection with the classics Wonder Bread He-Man, the Savage He-Man. So in some ways I didn't desperately need a He-Man. But then again, I never had one as a kid. I didn't have that many He-Man figures. To be honest, I can't even think of one I had, but I definitely played with them for sure. There was always kids in school, in the playground, that had He-Man figures, and we always took our toys in on the last day of term in the summer, and you swapped for a few hours, and I'd always bring in my Transformers or my GoBots or my mask, and then you just swap, and I I've definitely experienced the He-Man figures, but I never actually had them. I didn't spend my pocket money on them or even ask for them for Christmas. So getting Hordak last year was the real start to it, and now a He-Man that glows in the dark. Super exciting. But it's a little bit more than a glow in the dark action figure. The cardback's different because it is trying to emulate the transformation when he does hold his sword aloft and gives the He-Man signature spiel of turning into He-Man and the transformation from Prince Adam, and it evokes that in the different card back with, I'm gonna call it magical lightning. I have no other way to describe the bits that happen when he does transform into the most powerful man in the universe. If you were a mint in seal box collector, in some ways you would not want to open it, because it does, even through the plastic, it still glows in the dark, and it does bring back pure emotion of seeing that intro to the cartoon. Do I open it? Do I not? It's not even punched. Oh, I'm in two minds now. Yeah, I think he's got to come out for sure. But let's have a quick look at the back again. So yeah, you get to see other lines available, the different waves. I have Hordak. He's one of my ultimate villains. I do like Skeletor a lot, but for me, Hordak is there, and you've got Shadow Weaver, Evil Lyn, Stratos, Teela, She-Ra, all the big hitters. I'm definitely down to pick up more Masters of the Universe. I'd love a Trapjaw. He's always been one of my favourite. A complete idiot, but there's something about the colours, and because he's such a comedic character, I do enjoy Trapjaw. But let's free Prince Adam, He-Man, from his plastic prison. Figure Force will return after these messages. We now return to Figure Force. Straight out of the package, oh my god, he is fantastic. It's just how I remember He-Man being, but obviously with the extra edition of the glow in the dark. As I said, it's been such a long time since I handled a He-Man Masters of the Universe. Yeah, I've got Hordak, but there's, you know, very different kind of aesthetic to Hordak, but it feels great. I was really worried about the plastic that they were going to use for the glow in the dark, because it's a lot harder, but it doesn't feel brittle. It doesn't feel like it's going to break or get any sort of stress marks, but in some ways I'd truly forgotten how great Masters of the Universe action figures are. They're pure pick up and play. Yeah, there's barely any articulation, you know, 5 points, but that's how action figures were in the 80s. And sometimes I don't need the insaneness of NECA and Diamond Select. Yeah, it's great to have those in your collection, but sometimes you got to take it back to basics and just go all in for a 5 points of articulation and a, I don't know, 5-inch figure. My only gripe about it, and it's literally, it's nothing wrong with the figure, I would have liked an axe. After reading that book, it's just, I really like He-Man with an axe. It just adds an extra bit of interest to him. Also, you can't go wrong with a swivel action, just like back in the day. It's really well done. His hair is really well sculpted, with a little bit going on, brushed away from his eyes. The face sculpt just as good as it ever was, and obviously it glows in the dark. Hit the lights. Super 7's transforming He-Man. Let me know in the comment section below what your favourite gimmick is, or even film a video response. I'd love to hear and see what you guys would choose. In today's video, you saw He-Man glow in the dark. Perhaps that was a version that looked different from the usual. You should never judge a person by the way that they look, whether it be their race or their religion, but rather by the way that they behave. It's what's inside a person that really counts. So know you know, and knowing is half the battle.